I mean, they had them called the big wheels. And it was like a tricycle, but the top, the biggest wheel was in the front. And you had two little wheels in the back. You know, I would keep asking my dad for one of those I was seeing on the commercial. And he wouldn't say nothing. But one day, the commercial was on and I said, Dad, I want me one of them big wheels. And he opened his mouth and he said, you know what, son? I'm going to get it for you. I started running all around that little 2-bedroom trailer. Y'all don't want to say nothing. Why? Because when your daddy give you his word, look at your neighbors, it ain't like that now. But when a man give you his word is his bond. I hadn't even got the big wheel, but the fact that he gave me his word, I came to let you know that God says that you are going to come out of your situation because you have a word. Somebody say, yes, God. I got to establish something right now while I'm preaching. I want you to remember this. Your destiny can be altered. Somebody say, my destiny can be altered. There's many ways to get to Midville. Come on. Y'all don't want to say nothing. There's many ways that I can come into Midville. Come on, my destination can be altered. That's why many times we get upset when we on the highway. Come on, I was traveling last Sunday from this area and got down there was a detour. And the detour led me off the main route that I was accustomed to. Led me onto old dusty dirt road. Y'all don't want to say nothing in here. And many of us don't want to go on the dusty dirt road. We don't want to have a situation where it looks a certain way. Well, Job was on a dusty dirt road. Y'all don't want to say nothing. His friend said to him, Job, you must have sinned. Ain't that like some of our relatives? Ain't that like some people in the church? You must have done something wrong. He must be doing bad right now. He ain't even got no whip. He must be doing bad right now. Y'all don't want to say nothing in here. But what they did not realize is that God had bragged on Job. I gotta ask you a question today. Out of everything you've been through, can God brag on you? Look at your neighbor and say, does God have bragging rights on you? Can God count on you to be faithful? Can God count on you to praise him anyhow? I want to help the young believers go that just come into the Lord. Because sometimes when we go through in our life, we feel, and I know I'm not the only one, even as preachers, we feel like we have done something wrong. And sometimes we don't really realize that before you get promoted, what are school kids at? That's me too. Where y'all at? The ones that's in school, adults too. Before you can go to the next, advance to the next level, you have to always be tested. Always. Sometimes the teacher would come in and say, we're going to have a pop quiz. I hated those. Y'all don't want to say nothing. But I love the open book test. Y'all don't want to say nothing. Because at least I had the resources to figure out what it was. Well, this is a test of the emergency broadcast system. There's a storm in your area. But look at your neighbor, said it's only a test. In order for me to advance to the next place in God, I have to be tested. Sometimes God tests our faith. You really understand that in 2014, the enemy is not concerned about what you're driving and what you're wearing. The enemy, I heard it in Sunday school. I was so blessed. I heard it in Sunday school. The enemy is after your faith. He wants you to believe that God is not going to do it. Y'all don't want to say that. And many believers that have been in Christ for a long time are falling away from the faith. But they said in Sunday school, Jude, that's the first chapter, building up, contend for the faith. Come on, look at somebody and say, if it's worth it, you got to fight for it. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, if it's worth it, you got to fight for it. If you believe that God gave it to you, you got to fight for it. If you want to finish that college degree, you got to fight for it. Look at your neighbor and say, contend. Now, if you are contending, if you're in a boxing ring, you got to have a contender. Can I preach in here? I want to expose something today. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, I am not your enemy. Come on, look over across the road and tell him, I'm not your enemy. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, Even though the devil will use individuals to come against you, it is not the individual. It is the spirit that is working with them. How about somebody said you got to see this thing for what it is? Call it out. Come on, tell them, say, call it out. You got to call it out for what it is. So we are in the ring of faith, and we are contending. We are fighting for what we believe. Somebody in here, it's just like my mom. My mom fought for what she believed. All right. She believed that I could be a preacher even when I didn't want to be. Y'all don't want to say nothing. Even when I was saying I wouldn't be a preacher. Y'all don't want to say nothing. Oh, but look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor you got to fight for what you believe. Tap that neighbor on the shoulder and say, hey neighbor, this season you in now, it's not going to come as easy as it did last season, because the devil just strategically turned up. And look at your neighbor and say, when the devil turn up, you got to turn up. What can I talk up in here? You got to contend for the